Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome! We have the Paradise League HoN Awakenings Tournament number 3 here. The Losers Bracket Finals with Muhatua versus Noah. My name is HoN, and I am going to be your shouty boy today, and I'm joined by Nede. Nede, man, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm pretty excited to see these guys play this full game of Heroes of Newerth.
So, have you seen them? I have not really been able to view much of the games in the past, 2 weeks, basically, that this tournament has been going on. So, I think they played a little bit yesterday, right?
Yes, I was actually casting with Doze yesterday. And,
my condolences, yeah.
Yeah.
It was rough, wasn't it?
No, it was fine. It was actually pretty good games, I would say.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
So how have they been performing?
Noah's team have been performing pretty good, I would say, and Eston's team they've been pretty good as well.
Yeah, so I did take a quick look at the brackets, and they have been winning most of the games up into the semifinals, I believe, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Where they got knocked out by Lunartier, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Lunartier, which is at the moment they're waiting for this.
Yeah, so they
series to get into the
they're
finals.
currently the ones that are already secured of a spot in the finals, which is going to be straight after the loser brackets finals. And of course, the winner of this match is going to be facing off against Lunartier in the finals. But for now, how has Muhatua been playing thus far? Like, is it a tricore? Is it a dual mid? Or
I think they've been mixing a little bit of the drafts, which I like to see. Some, not the same thing all the time.
Yeah, they did have like a very set game plan, at least in the past, I know. Or I did notice.
So, yeah, they basically wanted to like try all the time the dual mid, which is good. It depends a lot on the comps they're picking.
Yeah, but if you know it's coming, I think you can definitely prepare heroes for it, right?
Yeah.
It's when you don't know it's coming and you're suddenly like faced with a very bad mid matchup that's the dual mid can be very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But
you can take over the game pretty fast.
Exactly, yeah. For now we see the from the bans, we see Bubbles, Calamity, Iker, the Man Shaman, Deadwood, and Kane. I think Deadwood and Kane have definitely been proven to be very powerful in the past, month plus, I'd say. And Tundra is still like a favorite hero from the type people?
I haven't seen Tundra in a long time picked by the type people.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Maybe
is
because
it
was...
Or...
I think it was banned like pretty much at least 50% of the games, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe it's also like I've not really been following all the Thai teams as close on foot. So maybe I know that Lunartier loves to play it. I know the other Thai team can't quite come up with a name. The other Thai team that was competitive also loved to play it. And
I think it was the Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes, exactly. Yeah, they were very dominant on that hero as well. And of course, Forsaken Archer is still just a powerhouse hero, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, what do you think of the Monarch pick here when Forsaken Archer was still open? Because I feel like Forsaken Archer is kind of like a counter to Monarch, right? Because you always want to get no Fireblade.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it could be, but maybe it's just for the Forsaken Archer, like the volley, maybe.
Maybe
so
for
they don't get all caught. Or the Thunder Stun, yeah, that's true. But they do also have the counter for that play. They have a Vindicator.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So I'm noticing not that much like lockdown in terms of stuns and stuff on the Legion or the Hellborn side right now. So they're definitely going to need more just pure lockdown if they want to be competitive in this late game against the Forsaken Archer. And in general, what kind of heroes are good against the Tundra, in your opinion?
I guess Tundra, I could say could work. Normally you would go cursed, maybe. Could
They
actually
already
work.
have something to deal with the shield, with the stun though, so they
With the
don't
stun, though.
necessarily need the shield. At least like in the later game. But
It could
I think the
something
most
that
powerful.
sustains.
Oh, what do you mean with sustains?
It sustains like heals. You probably a cheaper could work in a matter of supports. I think
Why?
basically stuns. I think against the Tundra, you just want to like stay away from him, try to like poke him. The main thing that works really good, like on Tundra, the hero is the coral, if you know.
Yeah, so the bird.
It's really annoying to play against the coral, and the bird also gives a lot of information.
Oh, sorry, the
on the
coral is the
map.
dog. Yeah,
Yeah.
the slow dog.
Yeah, that's my thought process.
So would you want something that can like easily deal with the dog or something, or?
Not necessarily, no. But I think you need like a hero that can actually sustain itself, maybe. And
Or maybe
probably
that doesn't need like to be right on top of the enemy, so it doesn't get slowed.
Yeah. That could
Yeah.
work too, as well.
Yeah, because it is a 40% movement speed slow and 40% or 40 attack speed slow on a dog, so that is indeed quite powerful. You know,
Yeah, for it.
Myrmidon as a hero I've not actually seen played that much in competitive lately.
That's that's true.
I think it's still a powerful hero though, right? Especially when he changes to the ultimate.
Yeah, his ultimate is pretty strong, I would say.
Yeah, like he scales so well with like attack speed items these days. The issue of like Myrmidon late game though is always like if they have like a tank that has a barrier or Shaman's Headress, there's nothing you can do against them. You hit so little, but and you also cannot really itemize against it.
Yeah, and also the disadvantage of Myrmidon, you don't hit that much on Kongor, let's say, and towers.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Meraxes makes sense against Monarch here. Because you can actually dodge the stun from Monarch quite easily with your shield.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, I think they're missing like a position 4 hero on the Legion side. So it's probably gonna be like... Or maybe it's a position 4 Vindicator, we don't know yet.
If they have a position 4 Vindicator... Vindicator doesn't really move around that easily.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so it's actually a position 4 Vindicator.
It might be...
Or maybe it's... Yeah, I think... Yeah, both can be position 4 or 5 either.
Yeah, but if I'm looking at like who can gank more easily... Oh, wow. Now that's a hero I have not seen played in competitive for a long time.
Yeah, we actually saw Murphy play Emerald Warden yesterday, actually.
Ooh, let me check. Actually, I'll watch the game or watch the.
Yeah. They played versus Cats, and I believe he went to the Vitalizer Dreamcatcher build. It's really aggressive.
Yeah, so I know that like Big Tyrim did play Emerald Warden a couple of times, like in a competitive match, and he did really well on that hero as well. But if you think like it's not really the issue with the hero, for me at least, in any kind of laning situation, you just have so little HP, like starting HP.
Yeah, so basically we're gonna see a tri-lane bot coming from Hellborn side.
Yeah.
When we see actually Vindicator.
So Vindicator is going to get a ward up here, right? And they're sending both the bird and the dog out to scout. This does mean that the Tundra does not have his W level 1 for some easy harass, but I'm guessing that's fine. And they see the Myrmidon here. So they should probably realize it's a tri-lane in the bottom lane. And if I'm thinking about like tri-lanes with Myrmidon, I do have to give a shout out to my boy Shorkan. Who always picked the fish in the tri-lane and always got super excited whenever you got like a 3-man
fish.
carp. Yeah. I got like so excited like a little child. It was beautiful. It was just amazing. Yeah, but so they have right now a trial in the bottom lane with Vindicator, Andro, and Forsaken Archer against Myrmidon, Emerald Warden, and Monarch.
Looks like
I
they
would
found the word.
Yeah, they
on the
did.
small camp.
Oh, and I even some good scouting from the bird there. So they're going to place a new Rev Ward to block the pole camp, or the small camp, I should say. So they do actually deal with that. They don't really have any other vision. I'm not sure if they saw the ward in the inventory of the Myrmidon. And also something else that I think we should point out is the Andromeda picking up a hatchet. Now I absolutely love it.
It's basically for the Emerald
for the
Warden
trap.
traps. Yeah,
Yep.
I think it's pretty good.
It is amazing because especially like if you normally the trap, if it procs, you have to hit it twice. But if it does not proc, you only have to hit it once. So that means with like if you keep your hatchet ready and just instantly pop the hatchet on the trap, you should be able to kill it before it even spawns. And in general, like because the trap is going to be a large percentage of their damage output in this bottom lane, I think that it's a very smart pickup. Although I would not have mind if he got something like a battery first and then like a hatchet as the game went on, or as the lane went on.
Because right now the trap is gonna last like 1 second and a half. I think
1.5 for 60 magic damage, so it's 19 damage. But it scales really well because at like the max level, it's I think 270. Yeah. So 90 magic damage per second for 3 seconds, and you can like stack them like quite easily in the later stages, especially if you have like double stun with Myrmidon and whatnot. Oh. But like in general, I think the way that they can easily win this lane in the bottom lane here is get like a Ring to Teacher on the Emerald Warden, and actually they're skirmishing a little bit here, but the Myrmidon like Carp, which comes up every 11 seconds here, is so easy to hit like multiple people that they can really do some work in that. So if you just get like something like a Ring to Teacher and just start spamming your Carp on people, they're gonna be out of region like so fast.
Yeah, so if you hit like 3 heroes as well, all the 3 heroes need to like spend resources on region as well.
Yeah, and you can cast the Magic Carp from a very, very safe position. Now we do see that they push out the lane here a bit, which means that they can in theory pull. However, that does mean that they are sacrificing the lane a little bit if they do that. They sum the farm in the lane here. Do you think that's worth it? Sacrificing like a wave for the pull?
I don't know what to say actually. It works if actually they get both creeps on the Forsaken. Oh, we see here.
Oh, that's actually Myrmidon taking a lot of damage here. Myrmidon's going to be in trouble. He does have an apple though. It's not going to be enough. They actually had level 2 on the Andromeda here as well with the -3 armor. Now the Monarch is actually in a lot of trouble as well. So little armor on the Monarch, and the Monarch is going down as well. Oh, that's actually huge for the Legion side here. The Emerald Warden is now taking a little bit more harass here. And they do, of course, need to get a lot more region for this lane. But yeah, that was actually huge. So the Myrmidon and the Emerald Warden were kind of forced into an awkward spot there.
Yeah, so I guess the pull was actually worth it.
Yeah, true. Like they were also tanking like an entire wave there. Just because they did not have vision, they had to run up. And it was just really awkward for them.
Because basically you pull in the medium camp and your creeps actually give vision on the side, on the right side.
Yeah.
And you can actually position your supports in order to like make sure the Forsaken Archer actually hits 2 heroes there with the crippling volley.
Yeah, they don't really have like an obvious frontliner. Neither of them really do.
Neither of them.
Like a Hammerstorm or like a Bensington with like a lot of support. And the Monarch, actually very importantly, Monarch also did not have level 2 yet. And actually they're going in bottom lane again. The Vindicator's taking a lot of damage, but the Myrmidon is also taking a lot of damage in return. They're going to back off here, so nothing really happens as a result of that. But we do see the Vindicator committing Sudoku here to the medium camp. And before everyone starts commenting it, yes, it's a joke, guys. It's a joke. I know it's not called that. God damn it. Otherwise, like, I see a lot of comments about that. I do. Anyway, so for now, we see Forsaken Archer with a power supply. They are going to miss half the wave here, but maybe if they get something in return, like the Myrmidon with half HP, that's a stun actually on the Monarch. Monarch is taking a lot of damage here, but that's in the return. The Andromeda's going down. Monarch now using the Chrysalis on herself to save herself, which means that, there's a card on the, was the Vindicator going down there. Forsaken Archer manning up for his life here against two people. The Golden Apple and the battery is going to save him, which means he is actually going to be fine. Oh, and Tundra actually rotating over. If Tundra can get like a turn kill here, that's potentially big. Yeah, the slow from the dog there is actually enough. And yeah, that's just a good rotation from Tundra though. He's missing a little bit of farm in the mid lane, which is unfortunate for him, of course. With Pebbles pushing out, but
I think it's worth it because they don't let actually Emerald Warden get that XP as well.
Yep. And it was basically like a gank that did not really cost that much resources from either the Tundra or the Legion side here.
Yeah,
because the Tundra already went for the bottom rune.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what do you think about? Actually, top lane. Meraxes running for the, there's Force running for the Meraxes here. Meraxes needs one more Q in his face and he's dead. No, he's just gonna dodge it, which means that he is going to be fine. I was going to ask you, what do you think about the matchup Meraxes versus Force?
Force wins that all the time.
Why?
It's too much damage coming from Sulfuris, and the life tap and the Dark Lord's presence is just too much for Meraxes.
Oh, by the way, look at Pebbles. Pebbles with a smoke, actually. No bottle charges. But I feel like the Legion side kind of knows. The bird is there. Pebbles playing very aggressive here, and he's also not in the mid lane, which means that I think you can safely assume that the Pebbles did not stack his medium camp and his hard camp yet. So if he's not in the mid lane, there's really nowhere else to go for him. There is some good rune control here from the Hellborn side, though, because we see the Tundra and the Sulfuris contesting the top rune. It's going to be picked up by Sulfuris here. Sulfuris actually picks up Regen instead of the Tundra here. That's huge for him. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see a little bit of a rest coming back and forth here. Do you think that the Hellborn side should have played this slower?
I don't think so. I think they have the right tools to fight this. If Monarch stays back,
if we're talking about like hindsight, because they died like level 1.
They did die like level 1, but I think they get stronger and stronger. I think with levels. Yeah,
but should they have played this slower?
They should have played this slower until they get like level 2, so they can have the Chrysalis coming from Monarch.
Yeah, because like the way I'm looking at it, like level 2, Emerald Warden, Monarch, and Myrmidon all become significantly stronger.
Yeah, for sure.
While now Andromeda does get the W, which is quite powerful. Forsaken Archer level 2 is basically the same as Forsaken Archer level 1. And Vindicator gets the Q, which is better than it used to be, but still, it's not a stun, you know?
Yeah, it's not a stun, it's just a simple disarm. Oh, we see top lane Tundra going for...
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, Meraxes does fall, which means that the Forest might actually be fine, yeah. Oh, that's actually a big turn from them. I didn't see quite what happened there. Meraxes did actually pop the Matrix there. So maybe the Matrix just was not enough to save himself from that damage there. Which means that Forest gonna be fine. And Forest now at 410 GPM. Compare that to the 244 GPM Meraxes. That's kind of rough, isn't it?
Oh, we see actually Hellborn side. Pebbles and Sulfuris are actually smoked up. Getting ready.
Oh, Sulfuris as well. Yeah, this is a 5-man rotation here actually from the Hellborn side. Tundra does pick up a haste rune. Tundra does also have a teleport in his inventory. Oh, and Emerald Warden picks up the Dreamcatcher like very fast here. Oh, they're actually trying to go on the going bottom there. So Forest now popping the ultimate, not yet. No, the ultimate's in cooldown, but that means that the Forsaken Archer and the Andromeda are going down instantly. The Tundra did pour in now with the haste rune. He's trying to pop in a lot of auto attacks, but there are just too many people here, and the Miraculous stuff does not actually have TP up. Vindicator trying to survive here, trying to do something. In the background, we see Myrmidon going quite low. Tundra is going to snipe him. Yeah, he is actually, but that is still a 3 for 1 rotation here for the Hellborn side. So the Forsaken Archer, Andromeda, and the Vindicator falling there. They're all like quite low in terms of HP. Sorry, in terms of XP and levels. And they made some stacks, which is great, of course. But how can you take these stacks if... You cannot really take these stacks unless you're like level 6 on Forsaken Archer.
Yep.
So how do you secure that?
So I think right now Tundra is gonna Q them, and probably Forsaken is gonna take the rest of them, but he's gonna miss the Gripping Volley. Unlucky.
I mean, it's a hard spell to hit, right?
Yeah.
Basically impossible. No, but this is the power of Forsaken Archer compared to something like a Moon Queen, in my opinion. Even if you're doing poorly, I'd say like 230 GPM on the Forsaken Archer is quite poor. You can still easily farm, and with that in mind, that is now a 400 GPM Emerald Warden. I thought like that the lane in the bottom lane was quite even, but I don't know if it was because of like the tower kill and the 3 kills in the bottom lane. I don't know how many Emerald Warden got actually there.
I think she was around. She got a double tap there, and also
and
the
tower
kill. Yeah. I think she was like around 300 GPM, I would say.
Okay,
but she already had.
Oh, mid lane. Sorry, the Tundra going in. The Pebbles there. Pebbles actually going down. The Myrmidon stun was not enough to save the Pebbles there from the Tundra. And I did quickly off the cuff note that Emerald Warden did pick up the Dreamcatcher, but actually in the mid lane they want to go again here. Myrmidon is trying to survive. Myrmidon does have his ultimate, he's not going to press it, which means that he is going down. In return, they do get the kill on the top lane, but a very good pressure from the Legion side here.
What is interesting here, Dutch, is that Myrmidon didn't skill his whiff.
He did not. I get that. I do.
I get it as well, but that was why Tundra was possible to kill him in his own tower.
I mean, yes and no. Because he was quite slow still, and he also does not have boots. Oh, actually, Pebbles trying to go here on the Forsaken Archer. Pebbles with a PK actually did not notice that, but they may actually get a counter kill on the Pebbles. With 4 people rotating, 5 people actually rotating here, as Lord of Force is also running over. But in return, Forsaken Archer gets a kill on the Pebbles and gets out freely. Now that is actually huge. I did not even notice that the Pebbles finishes PK here.
Yeah.
Man, these type players, they get PK so fast. They get like, they skip Chalice, they skip Steam Boots, usually going for strategy. Oh, actually, so 4 is here going, or being gone on by both Miraxus and Tundra. And also the Vindicator for a little bit of a backup support. But yes, that is going to be enough. They did see 3 people rotate to the bottom lane before, so I think that's why they were so confident in committing to that kill.
Yep.
And in the meanwhile, we see that the Forsaken Archer is just trying to clean up some stacks here. Probably going to... in the mid lane, sorry, they're going here. The Pebbles went in actually with the combo. The Andromeda is going to... I think Andromeda swapped out to Miraxus here, but in return, they are going to get a kill on the Andromeda. Yeah, the Bird went and finishes them off. But yeah, Emerald Warden with like a Dreamcatcher is so powerful.
Yep.
Because I played a lot of Emerald Warden myself. And one like problem that I'd always noticed I had with Emerald Warden is a lack of HP in the early game.
Yeah.
Because I went for like, this was before Dreamcatcher got buffed. I went for like Energizer,
Medfreds, I think.
Malfreds, Ghost Marches usually, or like Manaboots actually trying to go in here again. Pebbles jumping on the Tundra. Tundra taking so much damage and he's going to fall down. Now there's not much the Legion side can do here in return, although the Forsaken Archer is actually rotating over. And there's a huge piercing arrows on 3 people there. So Force taking a lot of damage. Monarch is not actually able to save him yet with the Chrysalis. He still has it up. So Force trying to make a turn kill on the Vindicator. He does actually get it, but that is a huge turn from the Legion side. A 3-man crippling, or the 3-man crippling volley into the piercing arrows means that they are getting a lot of kills there. While Forsaken Archer, of course, also gets 2 more charges on the knuckles. This is not what you want to see if you're the Hellborn side. Because I think we haven't really talked about it that much, but in terms of game plans, if the Legion side survives to like the 30-minute mark, I'd say they basically won.
I think so too, because they have the right tools to save Forsaken.
Yeah.
And they also have the right tools to actually take a really big fight, because they're gonna disrupt a lot of stuff.
Look at this, by the way.
Hellborn.
Forsaken Archer trying to take some stacks there. He is actually going down, and they're trying to kill him. There's a good swap from the Andromeda, making sure that the Forsaken Archer is going to live. I don't know if the Legion or the Hellborn side is actually going to get anything here. Pebbles are rotating over. Pebbles is going on the Vindicator. Vindicator going down. That's a Pebbles smoked. They're playing very aggressive, which is definitely the right way to do this. The Hellborn side.
Yeah,
so
you don't
they have
want
to
to
ride.
Forsaken.
Yeah, they have to ride at these. Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries, man. I forgive you.
This is exactly how they played yesterday against.
Oh, they're going in on the Tundra. Tundra gets actually chucked into the backline there. There's no swap from Andromeda. That is a piercing arrow, so it's not really going to hit anything. The ultimate from the Monarch actually saving a lot of damage there. They do with the puzzle box. Rexus maybe trying to go in a little bit here. He does activate the shield, but does not get procced. Pebbles did not pick up a rune or anything, so I don't think Pebbles can go back in here.
Yep.
And I think they could have gotten something more there, but it doesn't really work out in the end.
No, because right now they're essentially waiting for them to jump, and the Forsaken volley is gonna help them a lot in the fights. But Monarch actually saves a lot of damage.
Yeah,
coming from.
I mean, they have Vindicator ultimate, which they did not use.
You know.
And they had the Vindicator ultimate for a while already because he got 30 charges. But they did not use it, so I don't know if it was like cooldown or maybe it was no mana. But Emerald Warden currently, the top lane. Sorry, they tried to go in on the Meraxes, but the Meraxes actually activating his W. Is there a ward up there somewhere? I don't think there is. That was just good like map awareness from Volcaden. They did maybe see them on the middle on the like the ward near the river there. But man, the Pebbles is playing so aggressive.
Yeah, they do actually see Pebbles with the bird.
Oh, they do. But they don't have a PK or something. Like, they lack a PK in the Tundra. They don't really have a lot of tools to catch currently. Maybe... Okay. So how I would like to play it there is Andromeda just getting a smoke and swapping in the Pebbles. Because if you can swap in the Pebbles, I feel like that's the entire initiation.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And if you can assume that the Pebbles or the Monarch does not instantly save him,
because Vindicator ult.
Yeah. You know, like the Vindicator ultimate or like just the swap range, meaning that like the Monarch can not get in range, because Monarch ultimate used to be like super long range. I think it used to be like 1400 range or something, but that got reduced by quite a bit actually. Same with like the movement speed buff, that was like 100, 150, 200 or something, like insane like that. Everyone that Monarch ultimate just turned into a race car always, which was fun and interactive. And oh wow, Emerald Warden actually has another illusion rune. And Myrmidon's going to be in a lot of trouble here actually, so the Forsaken Archer and the Andromeda going in there, they hit the Comet into the crippling volley. And I will say that they also had like the bird sitting on the bottom tower looking for any kind of teleport support, which is why they are playing as confident as they are here. Meanwhile, on the top lane, they have... yeah, they do a vision uphill now. They placed one right there.
Eston is doing a pretty good job with the bird, I'll say so.
Yeah. Because like the bird is... If you just have to micro the bird, it's easy. But like playing your hero and like last hitting and also microing the bird at the same time, that is where things become difficult. Now, Pebbles is getting into position. They almost see the bird here, not quite. Oh, Pebbles actually is getting initiated upon Moraxis with the PK now, the fresh PK. Now the Tundra's going in, the Kongor is assisting on top of the Pebbles going down to the Kongor there. And the Butterfly also goes back to the well. Which means that is a pretty huge initiation from the Legion side here. They were basically waiting for the PK Moraxis. Moraxis has been under a lot of pressure this game, but managing to pick up a PK here at the 19-minute mark, I would say, is quite good. And oh, the Force was actually in a very aggressive position there.
I think they're gonna take Hunger right now.
Yeah, but there is a full vision.
Full vision for 12 seconds more.
Yeah. Okay, so they are going to counterward it, but I would like for them to have counterwarded this before they went for combo.
Yeah.
Because it's just so obvious now. And you see the Hellborn side actually trying to defend this. Now the Moraxis goes in on the Force, but the Force does not have... So there's no mana on the Moraxis, so the Kongor is super low, and I don't think that the Legion side is going to be able to fight this. Kongor actually almost killing the Force there. Kongor is angry. The ape wants victims. No, the ape falls to the Butterfly, and that means that it is a 3-man kill for the Hellborn side there. I mean, that was just very sloppy, I would say.
That was very sloppy indeed, because if they wanted to go Kongor, they should have went exactly after the fight, I think.
Yeah, because then the Pebbles and the... who was dead? Pebbles and the Butterfly would not have been able to contest it there.
Yeah. I fully agree with that sentence.
If you think you want to go Kongor like a little bit slower, which is also absolutely fine, counterward first. Don't like start doing Kongor and then counterwards. And this is not something that should be done by just the supports, for example, because I can imagine that the Vindicator and the Andromeda, they're trying to build some items. They have like 200 and 100 GPM. Forsaken Archer or the Tundra can also just buy Revward. Anyone can buy Revward, in fact.
Yep.
And the fact that they didn't is sloppy. Oh, a staff on Emerald Warden, I love it.
It's I think Hellborn right now they're in a really good spot, I think.
Yeah.
Of
finishing
the game.
Say, like before this point, I would say that Legion was ahead before the Kongor.
Yeah. Ooh, so right now we see a team smoke coming from.
Yeah, both sides actually. So 4 people smoked there. Tundra notably not there though. Tundra is actually scouting out a little bit. They are going to initiate here. The Moraxis actually gets stunned by the Tundra bird, but it's not enough for them to kill the Sephoris. Sephoris is taking a lot of damage, but Sephoris is not going down actually. The Monarch saving him right at the end. The Pebbles is actually getting initiated by the Tundra. Pebbles goes down in the back line. Forsaken Archer manning up. Forsaken Archer manning up. Diamond Warden is taking a lot of damage. Forsaken Archer is trying to live, but it's not going to be enough there. Meanwhile, the Monarch is now also running for his life. Monarch gets swapped in by the Andromeda. Together using a stun. The Monarch is taking a lot of damage. A lot of buybacks though from the Hellborn side. The Emerald Warden goes back in here. The the Butterfly goes down. Andromeda now running for his life, trying to escape the wrath of the buybacks, which is actually, I think, 2 buybacks from the Myrmidon and from the Emerald Warden. The Forest survived there and ran back to the well, and that means that they are actually going to secure the Kongor there.
Yeah,
that was sloppy once again.
I think it was a little bit sloppy coming from both teams, because I think Pebbles had time to jump, but he just got caught by Tundra.
I mean,
that's
the
why.
Vindicator ultimate, maybe.
No. It was way before the Vindicator ult.
before.
Yeah, he had
Oh.
he had like 1 or 2 seconds. I mean, yes.
Oh, actually, they're going in on the Meraxes here. There's a lot of damage coming on the Meraxes. Meraxes is going to go down quite easily. He did not even have time to get his Matrix off. Because, of course, the level 3 silencing shot from the Emerald Warden silenced for 2.5 seconds, which is quite a long time for a silence usually. And yeah, just a double bird. Because one thing I did notice was that like the stun from the Meraxes was quite late. Because, and this is something that you have to know when you're playing against Emerald Warden. Meraxes PK'd in and instantly got mini stunned by the bird.
Yeah.
Which is
you have
annoying.
to press your button twice.
Yeah, you do.
Unlucky.
Yeah, so you go in, you get mini stuns, and that like interrupts your normal stun, which means that it just doesn't happen. And against a lot of heroes, that is like such a powerful anti-initiation tool. For example, against Tundra, if Tundra tries to PK in an ultimate, his ultimate's animation is going to get cancelled like 100% of the times.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's really great against those initiation burst type of heroes like Pebbles.
And I do like that they have like a hero like the Sephoris, on which the bird is just really good. Actually, there's an Invis on the Tundra here. If they want to fight with Meraxes, not getting a stun off because the bird once again now Pebbles trying to get the counter initiation, which means that nothing is really going to happen. Tundra going in on the Pebbles and the silence on top. The Monarch did get his Chrysalis off, which means that the Pebbles is going to be fine there. And I think like a big stun in the backline from the Myrmidon meant that the counter initiation just wasn't really there. Which means that all in all, the Hellborn side is going to buy some reach in here, but man, this is rough. There's a lot of awkwardness, and once again, the Meraxes getting countered by the bird.
Yep.
I mean,
the
like,
bird is the word.
Yeah, so like last Congo fight, it's excusable because he may not have known that they had the staff. Actually, Pebbles going in on the second archer. There's a lot of damage on the second archer. The second archer is going to be fine though. Still his ultimate. He does press the ultimate on the 3 people there, but the ultimate from Sephoris means that the second archer is likely going to go down. Tundra also going down in the backline. There's just so much damage, passive damage coming out from the Hellborn side here with the birds and the Myrmidons, and the Meraxes trying to jump in, but Meraxes actually has no mana. There's no mana for a stun. And that means that the Hellborn side is going to win game number 1. Where they looked quite good actually there in the early stages of the game, like the first, I'd say like 20 minutes. That one Congo fight meant that where they were kind of like even before that point, suddenly they were quite far behind. Against the Hellborn draft, if you fall behind in the mid game, it's very difficult to play against that. Because the Emerald Warden is such a powerful mid game tool. So is Sephoris. So yeah, any final thoughts about that game?
Not really. I think, as you said, the Kongor fight. I think it was a, let's say, a death sentence for Muhatsua right there.
Yeah, and it was like very unnecessary, I would say, because they had the inevitability. Which means that with the inevitability, they could easily do something. Like they could easily play off that inevitability, but they rushed things and they took a fight with like half their team having no HP or mana.
Yeah, I believe Meraxes was super low on
yeah,
on
he was
mana
tanking
and
Conqueror.
HP. Yeah.
And yeah, like these are things it's not like an in the moment kind of mistake. Because, you know, let's say missing a stun or like missing a combo from Pebbles. That's like an in the moment mistake. That can happen. That can happen to anyone. But this is like a decision mistake.
Yeah.
Of like a fundamental flaw in your decision making as a team. Which is something that I think they definitely it's something that they should probably address going forward. But maybe they learned from this and maybe they can show us how they want or how they should be doing it in the next game. Because this is, of course, a best out of 3 which means that we're going to go for game number 2 with here in the Paradise League HoN Awakening Tournament number 3 loser bracket finals with Muha Tua versus Noah, and Noah being up 1-0. But Neda, I think we're going to be right back.